So, I don't just do sonic screwdrivers and lightsabers. I've had a love of kits and custom kits for a long time. The problem is, I'm not all that great at them. But there are a few kits that do stand out, and here's some of my Star Trek ones. In the foreground, you'll see an old MR Fazer 1, just for size comparison, sitting next to custom Fazer Kit. As you can see from the back corner there, I had a bit of an oops with the paint, and I haven't decided if I'm finished with this one or not yet. Trying to decide what to do with the buttons. This one's done, indicator settings are done, but originally I was either going to do in here silver or the tops of the button silver, but as is, it works rather nicely by itself. And you can see my skill with these things is not 100%. I do a decent enough paint job, but realistically, I'm better at researching and collecting than I am at actually working on these. Also, for comparison with the Wand Company Communicator, which I highly recommend, is a pair of custom communicator kits. Neither of these nor that Fazer are in production any longer. And this is one of those design your own, here's the components, do whatever you want with it type kits. My paint job, I opted to bring out some of the internal aspects a bit by doing a two-tone paint. Jewels, old school style. I left the jewel bases unpainted. This is actually the original resin or plastic or whatever it is. I left the indicator bar its natural color because I like having the green indicator. Kind of gives you the thought that if this is a functional device, green, red, and yellow alert would be conveyed by the indicator across the top. Those of us that have these nicknamed them the Armadillo Communicator because of this nice top piece that I just put fingerprints on. Mine's metal because I happen to know a rather brilliant jeweler who will do lost wax casting and so forth. I sent him the original and he did a metal one for me. Nice piece. Now here's a recently finished one. This was another limited run kit meant for electronics. I'm still in the planning stages for what I'm going to do with the electronics on this, and also this little view screen here may or may not get painted, although I do kind of like leaving it as is. And I stuck again with the two-tone, except this time I added an additional color with the buttons. They may get filled in, they may not. Eventually. I don't work on these kits all in one. I do them in stages. I always like the look of this thing. And then we have the elephant in the room. This is a hybrid Fazer kit. This is one of the Valkyrie Xscape props Fazer 1s. Not quite done yet. I still have to redo the paint on it, and also the indicator screen on there is just held in place with tape temporarily. The body is a Prop Fixes Fazer 2, incorporating some of the designs from the original series and from Andrew Probert's designs for what would have been the Fazers in Star Trek The Motion Picture, but they ended up changing the model to incorporate electronics, and it wasn't quite as beautiful as his drawings were. I've added a few metal parts. I'm still working on the paint job. I haven't quite decided what to do to finish it up, but nice metal piece here. Fits well in the hand. It's meant for right hand, but well, I'm holding the camera with my right hand. And also, this little guy comes out. It's held in place with magnets. So there you go. Put that little guy back in place. And a few of my custom kits.